All right, what up, brothers? So today I'm going to show you how we can use programmatic auto layout, and we're specifically going to be doing it with UI collection views. So let's go ahead and build out this app that you see here on the screen. It's really simple, and it's really just to give you a solid understanding of not just UI collection views, but also NSLayoutConstraint for programmatic auto layout, and also how to use stack views a bit. So this video will probably be somewhere around 15-20 minutes. Let's go ahead and just jump into it right now. First thing I want you to do is just create a new Xcode project, and I want you to select single view app. I mean, if you don't select it, I won't be mad at you, but just select single view app. And then let's go ahead and call this programmatic. I'm just gonna say auto layout. I'm not gonna type out programmatic. All right, so go ahead and create that project. And then what I want you to do, oh, I gotta get a new computer. I swear this thing's getting slow. It's got like 16 gigs of RAM though, and SMH. All right, so what I want you to do now is I want you to just get this open, and I'm gonna zoom in my font a bit so it's a bit bigger. All right, Gucci gang. All right, we're looking good. All right, get rid of this nasty comment because nobody likes nasty comments. And let's go ahead and let's go into our app delegate and set it up from here, because we're not going to be using storyboards, because junk storyboards. Can I get a hell yeah? All right, so go ahead and delete that comment in our app delegate, and let's just go ahead and say window is equal to UI window, and then we'll say window.make key and visible, and then we'll say window.root view controller is equal to view controller, and that's just going to set up our view controller basically the exact same way it sets it up with storyboards, right? Well, not the exact same way, but it's going to get the same result. All right. I lowered my chair if you saw me going. Whoosh. And all right. So the thing is, we don't have a background color. So if you go into viewcontroller.swift, just go ahead and say view.backgroundColor is equal to .cyan or cyan or whatever the junk you want to call it. And that's going to give us a background color. Okay. Whoa. What do you know? Background color. Who would have thought that? All right. Anyway, if you didn't know how to set it up from the app delegate, that's how. And I just wanted to kind of show you guys how to do that first. Okay. So next thing we're going to do is get rid of that comment. And instead of a view controller, we want this to be, no, we'll have it be a view controller, but we're going to set up a UI collection view inside of here. So let's go ahead and say, let's just say setup collection. We'll say setup UI because we're going to have more than just the collection. And we'll just say add Objective-C func. No, we don't need the Objective-C. We'll say file private func setup UI. And then in here, we're just going to kind of declare our layout or our collection view, except for we want it to be a global variable so we can add constraints to it later. So let's just say var collection is of UI collection view. And we'll just put a bang there just to kind of say, hey, we know it's going to be initialized when we use it again. So what we'll do is we'll say collection. Well, first what we'll do is we'll say, yeah, collection is equal to UI collection view. What's going on? All right. And then just go ahead and choose this bottom initializer. And for frame, do .0. And for collection view layout, just do UI collection view layout. All right. And then let's go ahead and add it to the subview. So we'll say view.add subview. And then we'll just say collection. Okay. Now, if we add this on the screen, there's obviously not going to be anything there for a couple of reasons. One, we don't have any data. And two, we don't have a frame, right? So we need to add in some auto layout constraints. So real quick, let's fix this error by saying UI collection view layout. Geez, let's say collection view flow layout. Either way, I typed it wrong. But oh my gosh, where is it? UI collection view flow layout, and then initialize it as an object. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now if you compile it, it's going to work, but it's not going to really show anything, okay? So let's go ahead and get something on the screen by applying some constraints, okay? So what I want you to do is I want you to set the collection background color to red or something. Let's say background color is equal to .red, and that's basically just going to show it on the screen with a red background, but again, we haven't put constraints on, so it's not going to. So let's add those constraints right now. Now, before we can add auto layout constraints, we have to say collection.translates auto resizing mask into constraints is equal to false, or it's not going to work, okay? This just basically allows us to use auto layout programmatically, okay? That's all you need to know about that, and just use that every time you want to use auto layout programmatically. All right, so now what we'll do is we'll constrain it to the top half, because you'll see in the completed application, and we're going to do this all in one video, by the way, but you'll see in the completed app, it's about half the screen, a little more than half, right? So what we'll do is we'll say collection.topanchor.constraint, is equal to, and then we'll just say view.topAnchor. And there's a problem with doing this, and it has nothing to do with us using auto layout like we are. It's just that the top anchor of the view is literally the top of the view. So it's going to be under the header there, right? And I'll show you later how we can fix that. So just keep watching. And then we'll say collection.leadingAnchor. Think of it as left anchor, right? .constraint is equal to, and then we'll just say view.leftAnchor. And then we'll say .isActive is equal to true. And then to, oh, they're not left anchor, sorry, leading anchor. I mean, left anchor will work if you make them both left anchor, but leading anchor, I believe, is more like it's more universal, right? So like in countries where the language is backwards, it will flip the view basically, because their leading anchor is on the right, not the left. In America and pretty much everywhere else, most places, it's going to be on the left. Okay. Next thing we'll do is we'll say, I think that's what it does at least. If I'm wrong, drop a comment and roast me and let me know. All right, now we'll say trailing anchor and then trailing anchor, okay? And then now we just need to give it a height. So we'll say collection.heightAnchor.constraint is equal to about 400, and we'll just say .isActive is true. And then now when you compile your application, it's pretty much magical, and it's going to show you that it works, right? So it's really kind of amazing, and we're about to see it, right? So just stand by. All right, so you can see that it kind of works like that, right? And we can see our collection, except for there's no cells inside of our collection view. So what we need to do is implement some of the UICollectionView methods and get some cells into that collection view. All right, so the next thing we need to do is we need to actually get these methods in here, right? So let's go ahead and write an extension. Well, we won't write an extension. We'll just do it all in here to be fast. And then I'll tell you about extensions in future videos. If you're curious about extensions, drop a comment and let me know, just so I can really gauge who's interested in it and who's not. And I need comments to make this channel more visible to other users, right? I want engagement here so that I can spread the knowledge of iOS development to the ends of the earth. All right, so we're going to have this adopt a protocol called UICollectionViewDataSource. And this is basically going to allow us to get our data on the screen, right? So to have any data, what we need to do is we need to say var items, and we'll just say for now, this is equal to an empty array of strings, not an empty array, and we'll just say 0, 1, 2, okay, and that's it for now. And then we'll drag some images later on named that, and that's how we're going to get our images. So you'll see it says we get this error, and it says it does not conform to protocol UICollectionViewDataSource. Go ahead and hit fix, or just type in these methods by saying number of items, and it will pop up, right? So get these methods in there, and again, if it's not there, I'll show you how you can do that. So for example, cell for row at, if I cut that out, I can say cell for row at. Row, you have to spell it right, by the way. So just cell for row at, okay, where the freak is it? Oh, there it is. So it's cell for item at, that's why. Table views are row. Speaking of table views, I got a course. You can take it in the description below. Okay, so cell for item at, shameless plug. All right, cell for item at, and then that's Gucci to go. We're just getting this error because I deleted it. It's gonna go away, there you go. So now what we need to do is we need to return the number of items. So we'll just say return items.count. And then for the cell for item at, we just need to provide a cell. So we have to dequeue one, which means we have to register one, right? So let's go ahead and dequeue it, and then we'll get an error, and then I'll show you how we can register it. So we'll say let cell is equal to collection view dot cell for dequeue reusable cell. There we go. And then we'll say for reuse identifier, and we'll just say cell, and then for index path, we'll just put an index path. Go ahead and now return this cell, and then it's not going to work, right? If we compile this, it's going to crash our application because it's going to try and return 3 of these items, right? Which is fine, but then it's going to try and dequeue cells that aren't really registered to our application or our collection view. It worked. How strange. Oh, okay. It's because I didn't say data source is equal to self. Let's go ahead and go into here, and let's just say at the bottom of setup UI, let's just say collection.dataSource is equal to self. And then now when we run this, it's going to break unless it requires us to say delegate as well. We might have to implement the delegate methods. I don't think we do yet, if at all, but let's go ahead and just see it. All right, yeah. Sweet. I'm right. We got an error. All right. So what we need to do is look at this error just so you understand it, right? So it says terminating app due to uncaught exception, NS internal inconsistency exception, whatever the freak that means. And it says reason could not dequeue a view of kind UI collection element kind cell with identifier cell. Must register a nib or class for the identifier or connect a prototype cell in the storyboard. In a storyboard. All right, so since we all here know that storyboards are from hell, what we need to do is not use storyboards and instead just kind of register it in here, okay? So let's go ahead and let's say setup UI. Below that, we'll say collection.register, and then it's going to say register a cell class for use in creating new collection view cells. Sweet Moses. All right. So go ahead and hit return there. And then let's just say UI table view cell. No. UI collection view cell. .self for reuse for cell with reuse identifier. And then we just have to use the same one, right? If we used a different one, it would break. Now I talk extensively, not extensively, but I explain why we have to use the same ones in my table view course with table views. And don't feel like you have to go take that to learn that. You can learn that on the internet somewhere else. I'm just saying that I'm not going to explain it too much again because I don't want to, and it would just take up more time. So if you want to do that, it's in the course, or you can just Google it, and I'm sure there's 500 million other places that have it that will tell you why you have to use that. And I'll probably put up a video on the channel that will show it if I haven't already. Anyway, what we need to do now is just recompile our application, and then now it's going to work, which is pretty freaking dope, right? Except for, let's see. Okay, so it should show some blue cells. All right, no blue cells. So let's go ahead and let's implement some delegate methods by saying collection.delegate is equal to self, okay? And it's not going to work initially. So what we need to do is implement, and it's going to give you an error. Don't do this because I don't even know why it has that. Don't do that. We're not even going to use CollectionViewDelegate. We're going to use CollectionViewDelegateFlowLayout. So what we need to do is kind of conform to another protocol called UICollectionViewDelegateFlowLayout. And basically it is a protocol that defines methods that let you coordinate with a collection view flow layout object or implement a grid-based layout. Okay, so basically you could do all these by just modifying the UI collection view layout beforehand, right? So you could take this out, this UI collection view layout. Go ahead and do this real quick. Take this out, type in layout, and then right above it, let's just say layout is equal to collection view flow layout. And then make sure you say let. And basically you can define all these things. Like if you say layout, you'll see all these methods, right? You can either do it like that, or you can use the provided methods in the delegate flow layout to do it. I'm going to show you how to do it with the delegate flow layout because I'm sure you already know how to modify a normal object. And I just want to give you some more practice with protocols, just so you can kind of get used to this protocol oriented kind of method or methodology, I guess, not methodology. Just basically how Swift programming works is there's a lot of protocols and junk. So I want to get used to that. So let's go ahead and hit return, and it's not going to work. Well, it's not going to not work. It's just that nothing's going to be different because we didn't really do anything with it, right? So you'll see nothing's there. Now what I'm going to do, and you can do this if you want, I'm going to hit this little button right here because I want to see if the cells are actually there and it's just not having a background color. Okay, yeah, so it is. All I know is that before, like a couple versions of Swift ago, a couple years ago, it would show the cells by default as blue. Now, I don't know if I'm just crazy, but I swear that's how it was. But I guess they got rid of that if it was a thing. But what we can do is we can say cell.backgroundColor is equal to .blue. And then let's go ahead and recompile our application. And then you're going to see basically that they're appearing on the screen. Now, I'm taking for freaking ever, I just realized. So I should probably just hop into the more of the auto layout stuff, right? So there we go. There are screens, but you'll see that in the completed app, we have images, right? So what I'm going to have you do is get some images real quick, and I'm going to get these from my computer somewhere. Let me pull this to the side so you don't see all my naughty pictures. Just kidding. They're just pictures. All right. So what I want you to do is I want you to get a few pictures from unsplash.com or wherever you want. I've just noticed unsplash.com is like the sickest ever, and they've got tons of free pictures and they're just super clean. Specifically Alex Asia. Tell me, I'm going to send him this or put it on my story or something. Am I pronouncing your name right, bro? Is it Alex Asia? I don't know. On your Instagram name, Alex Asia? I don't know. He's from Romania, I believe. So anyway, which is way cool. I'm just from freaking Utah. It's just a desert here. All right, what we're gonna do is we're gonna get a couple of these images, right? So I used 0, 1, and 2 here. I'm gonna rename them like so that they look like this, but basically you wanna get some of these images and drag them over. So I'm gonna get 3 images and then drag them into my assets.xcode assets, that little folder. And then you'll notice I called them Alex items, Alex Lake, and Alex box because there's an Xbox in the picture. So I'm gonna go in here and I'm just gonna say Alex items, and I'll put links to these in the description just so you can kind of grab them if you just want to be quick. Alex, and you don't need to use images. So if you're really just trying to get these concepts, feel free to not use images, but I'm gonna do that. You can constrain it and then just set it a background color or something. Alex items, Alex box, and Alex Lake, I believe were the images. Let me check one more time so it doesn't crash. No, I hit launch screen at storyboard and storyboards lag every freaking thing. That's another thing is I like to delete them, but then it causes more problems that you have to kind of fix in the info.plist, but I won't do that in this video. Alex box, Alex items, Alex Lake. Okay, so those are correct. Now what we need to do is we simply need to throw an image view onto this cell and kind of constrain it to the cell. So we'll do this the same way we're doing it down here with our collection, except for a little bit different. Go ahead and copy that code, paste it in cell, and then let's just say image view. And then instead of a height anchor, what we'll do is we'll actually copy this top one and say bottom anchor. And we want to set it to cell.topanchor, cell.leading, trailing, and bottom anchor. Okay. Now this isn't going to work obviously because we don't have an image view. So let's say let image view is equal to UIImageView. And then what we'll do is we'll take in an image and we'll say that this image is UIImage, and then we'll say that it is of string, so named, and we'll just say items at indexPath.row. Okay, so you don't need to understand how I'm getting this data, and if you don't, it's just how you do it with collection views. Feel free to watch my courses below on collection views and I haven't come out with the collection view one, but by the time you're watching this, it could be out. For a lot of you though, since you're gonna watch this within the first couple days I post it, the UI collection view course will not be there. But if it's like in March right now or later on, 2019, the course is down there. I mean, I don't have to even say all this. It's all in the description, okay? And I got a table view course. Basically, I talk more about how this stuff all works in those courses. If you want to understand more about collection views, literally the UI table view course will help you just because a lot of these methods are the same. Like cell for item at, it's just cell for row at and table views. Anyway, that's how we get our image view. Now we need to just say image view.translates auto resizing mask into constraints is equal to false. And then I wish things like this were more clear. Like it's just so random that you have to do that. Like I wonder why it just doesn't automatically do that when you apply anchors. Maybe I'm just not experienced enough to understand why. Anyway, what we'll do is now it should be working, right? Let's just change one more and say image view.content mode is equal to .scale aspect fit, no fill. That way it won't get stretched or anything. It's just going to kind of fill up all of the cell, and then anything, like if it's like a rectangle, it'll stretch it so that it's high enough, and then the sides will just kind of be cut off. I think we might have to say set clip to bounds on cell to do that. We'll see. Oh no, we got an error. Okay, so we got an error, and it's because we didn't add it to the subview. So let's go ahead, and after we're declaring image view, let's just say cell.add subview, and we're just going to say image view, and then let's recompile our application, and you're going to see now that our image view is inside of our cell. Jeez, I need some water, boy. I got coffee. All right, we're good, except for you can see that it's not, it's like they're just different heights, right? Because the images are different heights. So let's go ahead and say cell.layer.clips. I think we just have to say cell.clips to bounds is equal to true. Go ahead and recompile that, and let me regain my freaking throat here. Hold on. This stuff is so good, man. It's so bad for you though, I'm pretty sure. It's got a lot of sugar in it, or a decent amount. All right, anyway, you can see that it works and it's looking good, right? But we want this to look a bit better, like our completed app. So before we get into that, what I want to do is add in the titles, and then I'll show you what's wrong with our top anchor, because it's going to go under that kind of height and we want it to be right below it. Before we do that though, let's just change the background color to white and then get this black background color to white, because this red on black is, it's just looking real bad. I really love design, so like UI design. So let's go ahead and fix that now. So what we need to do is in here, let's just say at the top, background, view.backgroundColor is equal to dot white. And then let's copy that and let's just say in here, instead of red, we'll just make it dot white. So on line 54 there. And then that's going to give us our background color. That is the background color it needs to be, right? The white. So that should be Gucci. This is about 21 minutes, I think, this video so far. Hopefully people are still watching. I think I put up series videos and I don't get as much views or feedback, so I'm pretty sure people just like the longer videos. I like series videos. It took me a while to actually appreciate them, though. I never used to watch them. All right, so now let's get that large title in, okay? So what we need to do is we need to go into our app delegate.swift, and we just need to say UI navigation controller. No, UI navigation bar.appearance dot prefers large titles. There's no autocomplete for the prefers large titles for some reason, but that's the code for it. And we'll just say auto layout pure code. I don't know. That's going to cut off. Let's just say NSLayoutConstraint, because that's kind of the object we're working with to make it work. Oh, that's not going to work. I'm an idiot. Let's say true on this. And then let's say basically what we need to do is take this view controller and we need to declare it up here, or you can do it in view controller, but we'll say let view controller is equal to UI view controller. No, view controller, because it's not actually view controller. It's our, or yeah, it is, but it's our class that's in view controller.swift. And we'll say view controller dot navigation item, or just title dot title is equal to, and then we'll put that in its layout constraint, and then we'll put it down here. Okay, so we'll say view controller, and that should be Gucci. Let's go ahead and recompile our app like always, and let's go ahead and see what that does. All right, so didn't do jack junk. All right, prefers large titles. Did I do something wrong? I don't believe so. Curious. All right, dot appearance prefers large titles is equal to true. Okay, so here's the deal. It's probably behind it. Let's go in here and let's set this to dot clear, and let's recompile it. And that's another freaking problem with using the view.top anchor. Like, I used to be salty about it, but now I'm realizing it just makes more sense. Like, it's more clear. Like that they would have different deals. Okay, so let's go into our app delegate and let's just see what's going on, because it's not working for some reason. View controller.navigation item.title is equal to NSLayout. Prefers large titles is set to true. Let's just get rid of the navigation item. If you're doing this inside of view controller, you have to say like navigation item.title is equal to, and then the title. I'll show you in a second, but for now, let's just do this. That's really weird. What I want you to do is go into viewcontroller.swift and let's just comment out everything in our view did load, just so it's like a normal app that we've just initialized, and it should show the deal, because there's a chance that our collection's just over it. You know what I mean? I don't think that was possible, but okay, so it's not. What the freak? I'm really pissed right now because now you're having to watch all this junk, and I know this. I already know how to do this. I do this like every freaking day and it always works, but it's not right now. This is stupid. Prefers large titles is set to true. View controller dot title is equal to that. Oh dear, this isn't working. UI navigation bar dot appearance dot prefers large titles is equal to true. This is so dumb right now. I'm actually pissed. Oh, I'm freaking dumb. All right, what we have to do is we have to set this as a UI navigation item, so, or UI navigation controller. So let's say UI navigation controller, and then we'll choose the initializer, and then we'll put the view controller in there, and then now it's gonna work. I always miss stupid things like that. Let me know if you do too, because if you do, then you're normal like me. All right, so this should be good. What's goody? All right, we're good. All right, so what I want you to do is go into viewcontroller.swift and let's just start making our application look a bit better. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna change basically some of the cell heights. So what we need to do is override a method from UICollectionViewDelegateFlowLayout by saying size for item at, and then hit return, and then we just need to return CG size, or just say dot init will work as well because it's expecting a CG size return type. So dot init will initialize it if it knows. Sometimes it doesn't. We could type it in and it would work. So CG size, and then what we'll do is for the width, we'll just say view.frame. No, we'll say collection view.frame.width, and then we'll say minus like 10 or something. And then for the height, what we'll do is we will say it is 400, like the height of our collection view, because that's what we did for the height of our collection view. And then this isn't going to work initially because we didn't ever set the delegate. Now, if we applied it on the UI collection view layout up here, it would work. But since we're using the delegate methods, the protocol, we have to set the delegate. Oh, I guess it worked. I didn't know that it would work. That's interesting. Oh, we did set it. Dang, I'm an idiot. All right. So that looks really clean, except for it's not really scrolling the direction we want it to scroll in. I mean, maybe it is if you want it to scroll down like that. I want it to scroll to the left though. So what we can do is we can probably write a method that would override this. Let's say scroll. I can't remember what it is. Scroll direction. Let's say direction. Let me command click into UICollectionViewDelegateFlowLayout, and it'll probably show the methods. All right. Yeah. So obviously it will. And you can see that we have all these methods. So I guess they don't have a method for that, but on UICollectionViewFlowLayout, if we'll find that, you'll see there's this scroll direction property, okay? So default is vertical. We need to change it to not vertical, so horizontal. So let's go into our code, and let's go into the view.did.load, and well, into the setup UI, and let's say layout, and we'll say dot, and we'll say scroll direction is equal to dot horizontal. And then while we're at it, let's just cut these methods here for the collection, and let's throw them into here. The reason I didn't throw them in here initially is because we called the function setup UI, and this obviously is a part of the UI, but I mean, like, I was gonna have this be more of like constraints. So what we'll do is we'll move things around later and put the constraints into their own method. Okay, so that works good, and you'll see it looks really good. Now, I probably changed it a bit. It's probably a bit different in the completed app. Yeah, there's like some insets and stuff. Now, the way I'm doing that is, I can't even remember. Let me think about it. I think it's with, I'm doing it with content inset on the collection. So yeah, let's go ahead and do this. Let's go into here and we'll say collection content inset, and says the custom distance of the content view is inset from the safe area or scroll view edges. I tried to read that as fast as I could. I'm pretty impressive. Just kidding. All right, so UI edge insets. I've been reading too much Grant Cardone books. He kind of talks like this. He's kind of wild. All right, so bottom 4 and right 10. Let's try that. Wait, why right 10? Why not right 12? Maybe I could do 12. I'll try 12. Okay, well, either way, you're going to see that it kind of insets our collection view, and it looks good, except for the top. That's what we need to talk about. I totally forgot about that. You'll see very, very closely that this is slightly invisible. You can see the color behind it, and that's a problem, okay? And then a big reason that is a problem is because, one, it doesn't inset it, right? You'd think that it would be 4 pixels from the top, but it doesn't look like that because the top is actually the very top. So what we need to do is change our layout a bit by going into collection top anchor, and then instead of referencing view.topanchor, let's just say view.safe, what is it? Safe area layout guide dot top anchor, okay? Now, I thought it was bottom anchor at first when I was building it, but it's actually the top anchor because it's still the top. I was just thinking it was like the bottom anchor of the header, but the safe area layout guide is still like the whole screen, but it's just got different kind of insets, right? So the top on the safe area layout guide is going to be below the, whatever that's called, the header, right? So that worked, except for we need to inset it a bit. So we have top 4. What we'll do is set a constant on this top anchor, and we'll just say it's something like 8. I don't know. Let's see if that works. And it should work. I think my trackpad's about to die. I just got a message that says connect to USB to recharge it. Trackpad battery very low. So if I stand up in a second, it's because I'm getting a charge cord. All right, so you can see that it insets it. Okay, now I wasn't going to include all this because, you know, we're just trying to learn more about auto layout, but I thought I'd include it because there's probably a few of you that came to this video just to see like how to inset a collection view like that. You know what I mean? So I threw it in there and included it. Let's change the width, however, on these because I just remembered in here the width is like, it's like 3/4 of the screen, and that's exactly how I calculated it. Actually, is in here in our collection view method up here. Size for item at, size for item at, I didn't do -10, I said times 0.75, and that's basically gonna just make it 3/4 of the collection view width, pretty obviously. So that will give us the effect we're looking for right there. And let me check my trackpad battery, 2%. I think I got this. All right, so that's how you do that. Wow, that looks super clean. I love these photos. He really is a very good photographer and editor and designer. Like, dang, tell me that's not good design. Like just the theme and everything. All right. Anyway, what we need to do now is just get our labels on the screen and then kind of convert it to a stack view to show you a bit more about stack views, okay? So what I want to do is I want you to, I'll put it in one video, okay? So there's gonna be a 2-part series. I know I said I wasn't gonna make this a 2-part series, but I just can't understand why someone would want to watch a 50-minute video. Like, it's easier to watch 2 25-minute videos, or at least subconsciously it makes more sense. But yeah, that's what we'll do. Okay, so I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out.